I'm prepared to give up everything I own and everyone I know to make a deal happen because I need to break the poverty cycle that I was raised in. Wow, that sounds like commitment, right? That's an email I received last week. 4 hours later, I received this email. Shortly after the last email, I called my girlfriend to tell her how happy I was to have a call with you, and I shared with her that I bought your program, and then she went crazy on me on the phone, and even though it's my decision and money, then after she came home, it went on again. This has been an ongoing issue, and we had some heated words. It's not the first time, and I know that we are a not good fit together for the long term. She is super conservative, and I'm the polar opposite. I feel like she resents me when I go for my dreams and invest in myself. Big change will be coming this year. I will be in touch again with you in due course as a single man. Wow. Like two different people wrote that. So I wrote back to him and I said, I appreciate the explanation, because I asked him, why is there such a difference between the two emails and basically the two attitudes? And I said, irrespective of whether you do anything with me or not, you should give some thought to why you let a person you don't want to be in your life make a decision about your life for you. Food for thought. As I said, QLA is simple, but simple isn't the same as easy. And that just is amazing to me how often things like that happen. It's easy to talk about what you're going to do. It's a whole different thing to do it. So how does that happen? Like two different people in 4 hours, right? Well, self-image is at the core of that. Often people brag about their accomplishments to try to boast their image, and they hope it will make other people like them. Usually it doesn't. And I was talking to someone I'm working with who is a West Point graduate, 4-time NCAA finalist in wrestling from West Point. There were only 4 of them. So he was not only elite in terms of the military school he went, but certainly elite with respect to his athletic accomplishments. And I asked him about people who boast and say what they're going to do and what his experience was. And he told me that in the circles he traveled with in wrestling, that you always want to wrestle the guy that's running his mouth. The guy you want to watch out for is the quiet guy that doesn't say much of anything. And that's a really, really important part. There are certainly some people that boast of their accomplishments and can back it up. Muhammad Ali comes to mind. But most of the time, that boasting is to cover up an insecurity or self-image issue, or both, and to try to have the other person like you. And it really reminds me of a situation with my son that might be the favorite story about my son. My wife and I and my son, went to a picnic when he was 9 or 10 years old. And it was your typical picnic. And my son came over to me and he said, Dad, he said, I was playing volleyball with the adults and the children, and Dr. name deleted came over to me and said that I really wasn't a good player and I was ruining the game for the adults and that I shouldn't play volleyball with him. So I said to my son, well, why don't I go over and talk to Dr. So-and-so? And my son said to me at 10 years old, nah, that's okay, Dad. Why would I care what an a-hole thought about me anyway? Wow. Now, he didn't say a-hole, and I wasn't particularly crazy about the language he was using as a 10-year-old, but I was incredibly impressed with his self-image at that age. So, as I've told somebody recently, when you feel that you want to impress somebody, think about who you're trying to impress, and think about that story of Brian Whipple, and I hope it puts things in perspective and lets you understand that your actions and your deeds will be what impresses people. And there's a tremendous quiet confidence that comes from accomplishments, particularly when other people talk about your accomplishments. So this is a short podcast this week, but I think it's a really important lesson, and I hope that it helps you. Okay, So if you have any questions or comments or ideas for future episodes, please email bruce@brucewhipple.com. And if you're not already on our mailing list, head over to brucewhipple.com and sign up and grab any of the free reports. That'll put you on the mailing list. There is a lot of free information you can use to acquire already profitable businesses. This is Bruce Whipple. Thanks for listening to the Business Acquisition Podcast. And remember, you miss 100% of the opportunities you fail to take. And procrastination truly is the thief of time. So do something today, please. Your future self will be proud of.